One yay back inside the wrestling basement. The topic of today's video: 5 superstars Bray Wyatt the Fiend could attack upon his return to the blue brand of Friday Night SmackDown. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. And just to be clear, these are in no particular order. So, number 1, Otis, yes, Mr. Money in the Bank. And alongside me naming all these superstars, of course, it's a motive and something to gain on Bray Wyatt's behalf. So yes, number 1, Otis. Why? Because Otis is Mr. Money in the Bank. Simple. Like, point to the period. If Bray Wyatt the Fiend attacked Otis, he could potentially, obtain the Money in the Bank briefcase. And we've seen in the past, once Bray Wyatt the Fiend get hold to you, you turn to a whole different character. And Bray Wyatt could very well attack Otis, Mr. Money in the Bank, and, bring him back to reality, to thinking that, bring him back to reality. Because lately, Otis, since he got the money in the bank, he got the girl, he think he just in a whole nother dreamland. And he got to really wake up and realize that he is Mr. Money in the Bank. He got the chance to be the next Universal Champion, but he's obviously taking that lightly, and Bray Wyatt is the man that could very well wake him up out of that deep, deep dream. Number 2, and this one right here is a very, very special one. And this one right here is more than likely who it would definitely be. It would have to go to the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. After this storyline with Sheamus is wrapped up, which is more than likely, that is what it is. Their last match at the Backlash pay-per-view is pretty much up, and they finna move on to new people. Considering the fact that Sheamus got the last laugh in this whole storyline, and due to Jeff Hardy, so-called being an alcoholic, he needed a man like Bray Wyatt the Fiend to step in and change his whole perspective, his whole way of life. What if Bray Wyatt indeed was the man that wrecked Jeff Hardy's car? That whole little segment with the lies, and instead Jeff Hardy blamed it on Sheamus. It could have very well been Bray Wyatt the Fiend that gave Jeff Hardy that wake-up call. If you may have remembered, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt the Fiend, that was hitting at a little storyline, all three of them getting together and doing something big a while back when they was on Monday Night Raw, but we never got that. So the motive behind Bray Wyatt attacking, Jeff Hardy, it's to clearly, change his whole perspective of life, and we could potentially see Jeff Hardy join Bray Wyatt the Fiend after, he attacked him. Broken Jeff Hardy could very well become a thing on Friday Night SmackDown if the Fiend get hold to him. He could very well repair and fix Jeff Hardy up, like I said, of course, join his stable, But overall, as far as Jeff Hardy getting attacked by Bray Wyatt the Fiend, this one out of all of them is more than likely to happen. Next on the list, we got the Intercontinental Champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now this one is kind of far-fetched since I pretty much know how the WWE think. AJ Styles' next opponent is more than likely going to be Drew Gulak. I don't think he just necessarily threw with Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak, but it would definitely shake things up for the Fiend if he tagged AJ Styles, considering the fact that he finna go out there a new championship. And what's next on the what's the second best thing on Friday Night SmackDown? The Intercontinental Champion. He failed against Braun Strowman, so he could very well go out to AJ Styles and prove that AJ Styles is not as phenomenal as he thought. And I strongly feel as though if Bray Wyatt the Fiend get a hold to AJ Styles, he would definitely pull his card, completely destroy his corporate veil, and we'll see what's really phenomenal and who's really the Fiend. So I could very well see this happening. AJ Styles been a bad guy for a long time, and with this encounter with the Fiend, he could very well go back to being the babyface AJ Styles we all need. Next on the list, the Universal Champion Braun Strowman. The motive behind that, of course, he lost a Universal Championship match against Braun Strowman, so it would only make some sense for him to go back after Braun Strowman, as the Fiend, because you gotta remember, Braun Strowman did not defeat the Fiend. He defeated Bray Wyatt. Anybody can defeat Bray Wyatt. Unfortunately, the Miz didn't defeat Bray Wyatt when they had their encounter, or Daniel Bryan, but we could very well see the Fiend come back and attack Braun Strowman because they have a long history, and I feel as though on Friday Night SmackDown, Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, and Braun Strowman, we got a lot more left in those two superstars, and they could very well drag their storyline out just a tad bit longer. And they also teased, the black sheep returning as far as Braun Strowman. Since he's definitely on his high horse as a Universal Champion, which if Double R Roman Reigns was there, he wouldn't be a Universal Champion. So everything could just balance itself out and go back to normal. If Bray Wyatt do indeed attack Braun Strowman, the motive behind that, quite frankly and simple, the Universal Champion. It's time for Braun Strowman to share, and it happens to be at the expense of him due to the Fiend. And last and not least, you know, there's championships on Friday Night SmackDown. That's a plethora of championships. Well, not that many. You know, the Universal, the Intercontinental, the Tag Team. He ain't got no partner, so there's only one thing that you know can completely establish Bray Wyatt the Fiend come back and attacking this one man. Like I said, we didn't mention the Money in the Bank. That can catapult you to a World Championship. The Intercontinental Universal Champion. Who's left for him to attack? The king of it all, Baron Corbin. Why? Because the motive. If you gonna take down the whole system and rule the whole show, you gotta go to the source, and the source of Friday Night SmackDown. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, Baron Corbin is really reigning over the Universal, the Intercontinental, and the Money in the Bank. He owned the whole show, and if Bray Wyatt attacked Baron Corbin, change his whole perspective on life, you know, prove to him that his crown ain't really all of that. I ain't saying that Bray Wyatt's gonna be the king of the ring, but if he attacked Baron Corbin, that would definitely legitimize him, and he would take back ownership of Friday Night SmackDown, the blue brand. And of course, if you take Baron Corbin out, because Baron Corbin, he really like the invisible #1 contender. Baron Corbin is really big stuff on Friday Night SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, over the whole WWE. Once you're the king of the ring, that whole little reign, it pretty much makes you the top dog. So if he take out Baron Corbin, you know, like I said, change his perspective in life over there on the Blue Baron Friday Night SmackDown, then that means Bray Wyatt the Fiend will be one step closer to championship goals. So with that being the end of today's video on 5 superstars Bray Wyatt the Fiend could very well attack upon his return to the blue brand of Friday Night SmackDown, feel free to smash that like button, super kick subscribe button, comment down below, hit the bell notification. Until next time, this is the Wrestling Basement.